Ho ho!
Good afternoon. Well, everyone arrived in good shape. They all came back eager, with good energy, good spirits, and excited to be together again. And as you said, we're going to Elche, a newly promoted team that's performing at a very high level, competing well, playing good football, and tomorrow we have a demanding match.
A new stretch of many matches in a very tight sequence is starting, and I want to ask about the team's feeling. When you took over the team at the Club World Cup, we sensed a very joyful team, with your clear identity in the pressing. Even you were very open, telling us everything here in the press room. Then, in this second part of the season that we're in, which has only just begun, the team seems a bit more tense, and you as well a bit more reserved. I don't know if something has changed.
No, everything remains the same. Throughout a season, there are all kinds of moments, but right now we're eager to look forward, eager to face all these matches we have after this last international break and before Christmas, both in the Liga and Champions League, which are very important. The energy is good. We're going to be getting players back. Others will be able to contribute more, and we need everyone.
I wanted to ask if you think people are being too critical of you and the team, considering the stage of the season we're in and looking globally at the results the team has achieved so far.
We know where we are, and we know the demands of Real Madrid and everything that can come with it. So we take it very naturally with the level of expectations we place on ourselves after every match, whether things go well or poorly, and there's no need to give it more weight than necessary.
I wanted to ask about the physical condition. Pre-season was a bit different because of the Club World Cup. How do you think the team is doing? Is it at the physical level you expected? There are peaks throughout the season. The last two matches weren't great. How do you assess this?
No, I don't link our football performance to the physical moments, right? We prepare in order to compete at the highest level throughout the whole year with all the players we have. And now we're entering a very demanding phase of the calendar. After the break, we'll have many matches with few days in between, and we need to manage the workloads well, the minutes well, and have everyone feeling ready to play. But physically, the data is improving, which is very important. Then there are injuries. We have to live with them. Emily's, for example, we hope to shorten if possible. Antonio is also very close now, and that has a big impact on how we distribute the team's minutes.
You're on a long run of matches away from the Bernabeu. You won't return until December 7th, I think. Does this affect how you prepare the season's matches?
No, it is what it is. We have to face it and prepare for it. In the same way, we have no control over it, we can't change it, we know what it means. Playing away always means an atmosphere against you, the home fans supporting their team. But beyond that, the preparation and the game plan are the same.
We were a bit surprised in Vallecas that Fede played at right back instead of Trent, who had already had minutes at Liverpool. You said he still needed a bit more training. I assume he used the international break for that. I wanted to ask if now, with Trent in better condition and waiting for Carvajal to return, will you continue using Fede in that role, or is it now Trent's moment?
Now, without a doubt, we used this break with Trent to work more individually and collectively to get him back up to speed after the injuries he had. And Fede can still play there. So after that, it's just match by match decisions. But obviously, having Trent in better shape opens up more options for us in that position. And it's not only him, there are other players too. Mili, for example, played right back with Brazil the other day. Even Raul can do it. So the range of options may expand a bit.
In the last two matches, Mbappe hasn't had a shot on target and Madrid didn't score. How concerned are you that the team didn't find alternatives to this situation?
Yes, after every match we analyzed everything, and we didn't manage to score either at Liverpool or in Vallecas. These things don't depend only on Kylian, their team matters. When we concede few goals, it's not only because of the defenders, it's the whole team. And when we don't score, we need to look for alternatives, right? Not only the striker, also the wingers, the midfielders arriving from the second line, set pieces as well. We have to find other ways, and goals will return, I have no doubt.
I wanted to ask about Courtois. You've spent your career training with and competing alongside some of the best goalkeepers in football history. Now that you see Thibaut every day, not just based on the last matches, but on the recent seasons, have you ever seen a goalkeeper as decisive at such an important club as Madrid?
No, with Thibaut, as you said, not only the last matches, but the last seasons, and especially in the most decisive moments of the big competitions of the Champions League. Historically, reaching the finals has been possible because he's had moments and saves that everyone remembers. And day to day, it's not only his quality in goal, it's his personality, his way of transmitting confidence. He is a pillar of the team, and you see that he wants to take on that responsibility. He handles it well, and it's important for him too.
I wanted to ask about Rudiger. You already mentioned him, his return. How do you value it, and did you miss that leadership and character profile in defense?
Well, it's very good news that he's close to being able to join the squad. Probably not for tomorrow, but we'll evaluate whether he can make it for Athens. But yes, Tony, because of his performance, his personality, his very high competitive level, is important to have day to day in training and for competition. And now, with Millie's injury, not a major one, but we will miss him for a few matches. Having Tony back as soon as possible is very good news.
Before the Vallecas match, you also said it would be a demanding game, similar to what you've said today. Coming from an international break, players return with different dynamics. How do you insist to them that this is truly a demanding match, not just a game against a newly promoted side, especially since they've only lost 3 of 12? How do you inject that attitude into the players before a match like this?
Well, by working 2.5 hours with them, on the pitch, in the meeting room, with analysis, what we need, what we are, what we want, where we come from, and what lies ahead. We prepare not only tactically or technically, but also mentally, emotionally, what we're going to need. And tomorrow is the moment to show it.
You mentioned load distribution, that many matches are coming without much rest, all away from home. Does what they played with their national teams also factor into the decisions for tomorrow's match? Do the players who stayed here and trained all this time have a higher chance of playing?
No. Anyone who is available and fit, who isn't injured, has the same chances. But during these weeks until the next break, we need everyone, and all of them will be able to play. Everyone will have their moment because the schedule is demanding, the matches are demanding, and staying fresh physically, mentally, and for day-to-day work, and making them feel involved and important is exactly what we want.
Based on your experience as a player at this club and now as a coach, what is more important, the technical tactical aspect or group management?
Both things matter everywhere, but here at Madrid they're especially important because of the environment we're in and the demands around us. You have to be mentally strong, you have to know how to maintain emotional balance to compete, and to avoid riding an emotional roller coaster after every match, not being overly optimistic or overly pessimistic. You need a bit of a soft touch and a bit of a firm hand,